bringing you the news and information you need from the people making a difference. This is Comcast Newsmakers.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Barbara Rogers. Joining me in the studio is Victoria Kolakowski. She is a candidate for Superior Court Judge in Alameda County, and thank you for dropping by today.
Why, thank you.
Well, the first question I ask all the candidates is, whatever influenced you to run for this office?
Well, first of all, I've been an attorney for 21 years now, and for the past almost 5 years, I've been working as an administrative law judge. For the past 4 years at the California Public Utilities Commission, and for a year before that at the Department of Insurance. And so it seemed to me like a natural way to bring the skills that I had developed in my professional life and bring it to help the community.
So you've talked a little bit about what I was getting ready to ask you next. What is your experience? What unique attributes? What do you bring to this position that would make you a good Superior Court judge? Well,
I bring a different perspective than a lot of people who are on the bench, because my background is primarily in civil and administrative law. But I've worked as an administrative law judge for the past almost 5 years. I was a senior government attorney litigating in D.C. and here in California to try to get refunds from the energy crisis for overpayments. I'm a former general counsel of a publicly traded company, and I'm also a trained mediator. And I have some experience with mediation. I think that one of the problems that we often have is that people jump to trying to fight cases out in court rather than talk to each other and come up with solutions that work for everyone. And I think that I bring that perspective of trying to bring parties together, and also the experience of hearing different people on different sides and applying the law fairly to both.
What do you see as the issues facing Superior Court judges?
Well, one of the big issues that I've been talking about in the campaign is access to the courts. For people who are in a criminal case, they get a public defender, but otherwise there's no guarantee that you can get an attorney. And a lot of people, especially in this environment, economically can't afford to have attorneys. And so, I mean, it's scary enough for an attorney the first time they go into court to try to figure out what's going on, and confusing. But for a person who doesn't have an attorney, or even if they do have an attorney but they barely get to talk to them, and they're going to be coming into court to deal with custody of their children, trying to get a restraining order against an abusive spouse, somebody's suing them over some amount of money, it can be overwhelming. And so I think that our courts need to be more accessible. One of the things that and so I've been talking about that as one of the key issues in the campaign, is increased access to the courts. I think
so your solution then would be?
One way to do that, well, first of all, it's important that the judges be clear up front. If you take a little bit more time in the beginning explaining what's going on, you can save people weeks of grief when they come in front of, because they'll come in front of you and they won't have done something right, and then you have to give them a continuance and tell them to come back later. And it wastes everybody's time. But also, if we could have more materials presented and written down in clear English and also in other languages. And if we could do informational videos, like at the Public Utilities Commission, we did a video explaining our process. And the courts in the state should do the same thing, and we should put that online so that people can see this, and so that they'll know what the process is. I think it'll help them to be able to present their cases better, and I think that it will save a lot of people time and anguish.
What have you learned about yourself during this campaign?
It's interesting because we started doing this back in January, February, and so this has been like a marathon. One of the things, I didn't realize how overwhelming this was going to be, and there are a lot of things I've done during my career that, you don't stop sometimes and think about what you do. And then what it's done is it's allowed me to take stock and look back in order to answer questions like, what have you done with your career? And look back and see, wow, I have these different types of experience, and I can bring this to the community in this new way. And it's helped me to feel even better about the work I've done in the past.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Victoria Kolakowski, candidate for Superior Court Judge in Alameda County.
Well, thank you.
Good luck. And thank you for watching another edition of Comcast Newsmakers. I hope you'll be with us again next time. Bye-bye.